and happy time zones to all the living and undead. Welcome to episode 18 of the VTM Mysteries. The title is C.A.C. right now, but that means nothing. I will be changing it because what I thought this episode was going to be when I made this is not what this episode is going to be. Let us meet our vampires.
I'm Sako, Tumi, also known as Castboy, and I will be playing Diane Aziz, which I guess I should put.
I'm Cat Leo and I play Rave.
And I'm Sage Gordon Davis and I play Nate Thomas.
And we are hoping that Echo can join us today, but there is a chance that she cannot. So we will just play through without her for now. All right. So to recap where we left off, we have determined that the center of the map that the coterie found the pieces to is directly over the Paddle and Patty, which is the riverboat gambling casino that Edward Undergrove worked in. And it is also ground zero for where the hollowing took place. That is the place where he was taken and everyone was dead. And then we ended off with Echo and Diane heading to the Temple of Set to participate in their festivities, and Rave going to the Bahari Gardens to, I don't know, how would you say it, Rave? I wouldn't say participate in their festivities since they weren't festive, but...
Cat wants to say join a cult, but...
Talk with like-minded individuals.
Yeah, talk with others. And learn more about them.
And Nate returned with Elizabeth back to the plane.
No, Elizabeth is with me.
Elizabeth stayed with Rave.
Oh, Elizabeth went with Rave. That is correct.
Yep, she's my adult supervision.
Mm-hmm.
And my
we
phone.
decided Rave needed a chaperone.
That is correct. Thank you for
Prevent
reminding
her
me.
from joining a cult.
Please don't join the cult, Rave.
At least not until our mission is over.
And Nate has returned to the jet and has sent his people to gather a person of the night to feed on. And we're just going to assume that they were successful in bringing one.
Nom nom nom, here's some money.
So we are going to wake up the next day and roll for hunger. And I guess we have to roll... Oh yeah, I can't go to that. I have to go to that page.
I failed.
One success.
I failed.
Elizabeth failed.
Elizabeth always fails.
But she always wins because she packs her lunch.
Because she has her Kableed sons.
And Pan also failed. So who is Who succeeded?
I did.
Okay.
Rave.
So, Rave, you are waking up in the underground area with the Bahari, and Elizabeth is there, and, she is looking a little hungry. What are your plans for the day? Night.
Yeah, I'm like, wait
Time.
a minute.
Mhm.
Day, night. That's a thing. It's nighttime. We should probably find a way back to the plane to figure out what was learned the night before, because I don't know that they finished the map or found the paddle and patty.
Correct. And where is her name? Estelle. She greets you and is like, is there anything I can get you before you leave?
Cricket.
Sorry. I don't believe so. But after our mission is succeeded and hopefully succeeded, after everything's done, can I come back at all?
Absolutely. It was nice having you, and yeah, you have stuff to work through, and we would love it if you would work through it with us.
Thank you. And then
And she calls an Uber.
oh, good.
All right. Let's see. Diane, you are waking up in the Temple of Set. And
Yawn.
not only are you satisfied in a physical sense, they also have morning, or we call it a morning blood, but it's evening blood.
Wake up,
Just
blood.
wake up blood. Just free for the taking.
Nom nom nom.
And I'm going to assume Echo participates in that as well.
Looking for my blood.
Looking for blood in all the wrong places.
It's hunger. Does it? Wait. Does feeding drop my hunger?
Yes. But unless you kill, it only goes down to 1.
Right. Nom.
And I closed the dice roller. I don't know why I did that.
Why would you do that?
I don't know.
It's because you're so used to having the one on Discord.
I am.
Yeah. Wonder what's up with that one.
I don't know. I forgot to look last week because it just wasn't a priority.
Fair.
All right. And Nate, you are waking up. Oh, and they call it a what's the other one? A lift for you.
Yay! I get a lift.
So I get an Uber. They get a lift.
It's a religious thing.
Mm-hmm.
Different religions worship different ride services.
Mm-hmm.
Darn, if only there was someone who got a regular taxi.
That definitely wouldn't be the Nephilim. They would hire limos.
Yeah.
Definitely. Vain bastards.
Which you can get through Uber, apparently.
You can?
Mm-hmm.
Neat.
You get a lot of things to Uber.
Wow. Trying to think which one of them would actually hire Grubhub to come pick you up.
That one doesn't do rides, though.
Although that might be the Nephilim too, because they'd be like, "What do you mean you don't give rides? You give rides to us." Okay, you, Nate, are waking up on the plane in the normal place, in a place
Well
you are
rested.
familiar with.
Hooray.
And
All is as it should be.
You feel the tummy grumbling.
I'm feeling my tummy grumbling.
Grumble, grumble.
But yes, you are the only one of the coterie who knows what's going on. Well,
For once.
who knows, who's up to date on the info. Let me get that paper down so I know what I'm doing. Okay. So, what are you going to do in the meantime while you're waiting for them, or are you just going to wait for them to show up?
I'm
Honestly-
assuming that Elizabeth sent a message ahead. That we were on
Yes,
our way.
I'm assuming that Elizabeth has made contact,
Yes, and
as has either Diane or Echo.
yeah, my guess would be Diane would be the first one to touch in.
Mm-hmm. Certainly.
Okay, so I am aware that they are on their way back.
Oh, MW.
Awesome. And I don't really have anything to do because I've got nothing to research.
Oh, you have done all the researching things.
I've done all the researching things. So I am probably going to
Play a video game. I don't know.
I mean, Pan is on the plane.
Pan is on the plane. I'm probably going to sit and brainstorm some ideas for the new season, because we should probably at some point actually have like a production meeting. But
Well, you did have one pretty recently, and you decided you were going to get some. First check in with your people to see if any of your production crew would be willing to travel, and then hire people willing to travel to replace any of them who wanted to stay in Montreal.
that's right, we did say that. So, yeah, I'm probably working on stuff for the show.
That makes sense. Okay, it is not very long, probably within a half hour, that an Uber and a Lyft shows up.
Oh, I have a gang on tarmac.
The Uber driver kicks open his door and hides behind it and holds an AK-47 out.
Oh,
I'm-
geez.
The thing is,
I
a
was
lot
actually-
of Uber drivers also work for Lyft. So
Yeah.
the
I
was
person probably
actually-
has both stickers.
Yes, very likely.
That'd be funny if it was the same driver.
I was picturing a sharks and jets situation.
Oh, we're nerds.
Once a theatre kid, always a theatre kid.
All right. So they have arrived. It is on you.
I immediately spark up a cigarette
Of course you do.
and And I wave to Rave.
Wait, is this the first night that Rave hasn't had a nightmare? Or did Rave
Yes.
still have the nightmare?
She did not have the nightmare.
Oh, Rave is in an excellent mood now, guys.
Firing on all cylinders.
My, you're looking chipper.
Yes.
You think that it might be the fact that you were sleeping among plants?
That makes sense. I missed the plants and the. It's a thing.
Because you didn't spend the day sleeping in a bedroom. You were sleeping in between the rows of their subterranean garden.
Oh yay! That sounds fantastic.
And it's like the best sleep you've had in a while.
Almost like being home.
All right, and
Out
Nate,
of character, Kat, do you need to get your laundry?
Yep, that was
Yep.
the alarm going off. So I'm going to.
Nate, you get word from one of the security guards that the others have arrived.
Okay, I will bound down and visit them.
Waves to Nate.
And Elizabeth is just like, I will be right back. I am starving.
Okay,
And
have
she-
fun.
Bounds up into the plane.
Enjoy your complete, son. Blair.
I just went and blew off some steam. What did I miss?
A lot.
Oh, damn.
That's
what I get for taking the night off.
So, many multiple kidnappings from all the various churches and sects and whatnots.
Oh.
And your man, Lester, did some good work. And everything converges on the Paddle and Paddy.
Oh, okay.
So,
Is there someone at the Paddle and Patty that we should pursue?
that I do not know. Potentially,
Maybe investigate a basement or something?
It is a
Potentially.
riverboat.
it is a river boat.
Oh,
Potentially, Lester may have more information for us.
potentially.
I didn't want to pry too much, seeing as he is your resource.
Oh, no. I get it. Okay. I flick my cigarette butt onto the street and climb up the stairs.
Too much of a pause after allowed my brain to take it other places.
Oh Lord,
You're...
Nate is too ace for this shit.
As you guys, actually, I guess it's the four of you. Head up back into the jet. You see Elizabeth coming out of the room, and she's got. You can see the whites of her eyes, like the pupils are really small, and she's got just semi-panicked look on her face, and she just darts past you and outside.
I'm gonna go check on whatever the fuck that was.
Go armed.
I'm as armed as I can be.
Huh.
Okay, well, if you're following her back
I
outside,
am. Yes.
You can see her like looking for a private place, and she is pulling out her phone.
Elizabeth?
She jumps, and she's just like, "Oh, I have to make a phone call. I kind of would like some privacy.
Are you okay?
I just need a new delivery."
Okay. I will be in the plane if you need me. And I tootle back upstairs.
All right, and you are back in the plane. Now what? Are you all going to? Who are you going to?
I assume everyone is gathering at the consoles.
Diane is going to Lester.
Okay. He says, "Okay, what can I? What do you want first?"
You mean I get her choice?
You get to ask him basically what he knows, but it's what information do you want to learn?
Tell me more about the Patty. What McPaddleson?
Paddle and Patty?
He chuckles
one.
at that. He brings up some old articles on it. How it was a classic riverboat that used to go up and down the Mississippi, and it has been converted into a riverboat casino. And
okay.
it is, and then he brings up the more recent one that you have seen, the news report that it was ground zero for another Halloween event, and that only the electrician survived.
Well, that was news to me, but awesome.
And he pulls up the current police reports and says that they are considering it closed for now, and they have concluded cleaning up the bodies and cleaning them out, and they're considering it a shut case. It's a tragedy, but not a crime.
So we need to get a hold of this electrician.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Okay.
He does. Lester pulls up the address and phone number of Edward.
Tell me more about Edward.
Edward, before the housing bust, he was actually the owner and proprietor of an amusement park, and called the Undergrove Circus. He was once known as the Miracle Ringmaster. But when the housing bust hit in 2008, could not keep the finances up, and the place got shut down. And he managed to get a job just handling the electrical stuff on the Paddle and Patty.
Okay.
So he took a huge hit, dropped like 150% in his status. And he does, and Lester says, "Oh, if you want to see it again, I can show you the YouTube videos of his house at Christmas."
That's okay.
Okay. Because he has shown them to you, and they were those videos where the lights are set up to go with the music,
Right.
and it's fantastic, but
Right.
trivial.
Fantastic but trivial. I reward Lester with a quick massage to his shoulders.
And
Thank you, honey.
anytime.
Honey.
when Nate says that, you can see Lester start to blush. And he pulls back up the map image of the overlay that he showed Nate the previous morning, about that was the city map with the bits of map overlaid on top of it with the hole where the Paddle and Patty is.
Ahoy.
And he's like, "This is the place."
Okay.
Yeah, and Elizabeth feels you. No, she comes back and she's like, "Oh yeah, is that okay?" So that map is a composite of all the notes, and and she's putting it together just verbally as she is looking at it.
Okay.
So each of the places where someone was kidnapped left a piece of this map, and that is the location that the map that putting them all together gives us.
Mhm.
All right. So what do we do with this information?
That is a very good question.
Do we track down Edward and ask him questions about his upgrade, as it were? Or do we investigate the paddle boat, whatever the fuck?
I'm trying to remember the conversation at the very end of the last episode. Who it was? It was between Nate and somebody. It might have been, maybe it was Nate and Lester
Mm-hmm.
about the possible motives of the map.
Mm.
Do you remember it at all?
Wasn't Rave asking all those questions?
I don't remember.
Because I'm pretty sure Rave was. I was like, who would benefit from it? Why would those questions type of thing?
Well, Rudolph is obviously.
But what? How would? Also, Rave is in the room, so. How would? Was it Edward?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
How would he benefit from this if it's?
Other than becoming an immortal buff. I don't know.
I think it might have been Lester when the map was shown in the plane that said that if a piece was given to each of these churches that are pretty much at war with each other, then the only people able to put them together would be someone who is not with the churches.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
So this was designed for someone.
For us.
Mm-hmm. It was designed for a third party to put together.
That's the name of our group, just third party.
Sorry, now I'm just laughing because it's like third party coterie. Thank you for joining us.
Mm-hmm.
Sounds like a bank.
Well, let's put a pin in that for a second.
Okay.
Because I want to ask this before I forget. How is Brooke doing on her assignment?
Which one was hers? Hers was
Speed
Basically,
Racer.
hers was Arun.
That one.
Okay. You're checking in with her.
mhm.
She says there's nothing new yet. Apparently, Venus is still chatting with him,
Mhm.
but nothing is coming out of that yet.
Okay.
That's fine and fair enough. I just didn't want to lose that thread.
Yeah.
So
Brooke, you should sleep at some point.
yes,
Please.
she really should.
Do I have a room here?
Mhm.
She's asking this after how many days of being here?
Exactly. You don't have to sleep on the couch. I mean, you have a room.
You should also maybe see a doctor about
Drink
your
some
kidneys.
water.
Kidneys, heart, you know.
Lots of
Uh-huh.
water.
Yeah, she's got luggage under her eyes.
Mhm. I demand that you take the night off, like for real.
She's like, oh, fine. And Percy will lead her up to her room, show her where she sleeps.
Okay.
And that means sleeping, not staying up playing WoW.
hmm
All right, Dad.
Also,
I prefer
turn the camera
Daddy,
onto this.
actually.
I prefer Daddy. I thought you were Ace. What the? What?
Oh, you missed something.
Yeah.
That
Brooke-
was
Brooke looks at Nate and just raises an eyebrow.
I have no idea where that came from. I apologize.
Lol.
I think I have had too much Malkavian influence.
She
When all
shrugs.
else fails, blame Echo and Pan.
I do.
What time?
She shrugs and just heads off with Percy while he shows her to her quarters. And
Well, that was embarrassing.
all right, so you've got the map, you've got a location, you've got a phone number, you've got a home address. It is on you.
Okay, well, what I was going to say, before I sidetracked myself, which I've been doing a lot of lately, is seeing as the whole kidnapping situation is a little bit of a ticking time bomb.
Mm-hmm.
In that we've managed to get the Bahari and the Cainite to not, or the Church of Cain to not attack each other.
And the Church of Set to not, and the
Mithril, or the Mithrists.
Mithras
yes.
to not go after each other as well.
Oh.
We don't know how long those truces are going to last. It's an extremely volatile situation.
Right.
So, I think we probably need to assign that slightly higher priority than anything else. Also, we're not going to get the magic water from the Bahari
Oh.
without
Don't bring
solving
back.
the whole kidnapping thing.
Oh. Ultimatum.
It's kind of contingent
Less of
on
an
that.
ultimatum and more of a deal.
Yeah.
Like this is payment. You get our person back, and we will pay you in the
Exactly.
water.
So,
So we have a name and a face.
I assume we do.
Okay.
I mean, we have like 4 names.
We
Or-
haven't been like
Right.
we haven't actually heard the names. I don't think.
We have
But-
5 names of people, right?
What I'm saying is we as players don't have the names, but I'm sure the characters have the names.
Lester, at least, right?
Somebody
Yeah,
has the name.
they actually said the names of each one while you were at the places, but yeah, I can see why, as players, that would be easy to forget.
Kat does not remember this, but Rave has memorized it, okay?
Yeah. Sage has a memory like cottage cheese at the moment. So we assume that Nate knows the names, but
Hmm.
Sage does not.
I feel like I wasn't present.
Diane was in the car. It's
Okay.
For like all of it. It's fine.
Yeah. You were just having a lie down.
Oh.
Yeah, I'm trying to remember because it was 2 sessions ago for the Church of Set and Bahari,
Mhm.
Mm-hmm.
but it was
And then last session we did
session for
3.
the other 3.
Yeah.
And the
But-
last session you were not here for.
But the previous session was like forever ago,
Yes.
like a month ago. I don't even remember what I had for lunch today.
Fair.
So, yes. Half the time I can't remember the Church of Set. So, like,
Mm.
Oh, that one's easy. Just change the T to an X, and
I mean, fair. Given that was the location of the Bacchanalia.
Mhm.
Yeah.
yeah. So you do have the names. Let's see. If you want to write them down, let me find the sheet of paper.
Let me.
There it is. So the Church of Set had Isaac Donovan.
Okay, hang on. Donovan. Church of Set.
Hmm. The Church of Cain had Omari Watts.
Mm-hmm.
The Mithraic cult had Beatrice Cousins.
Beatrice Cousins.
The Nephilim was just one name, Yvette. She was a model, so she was one of those. I don't want a second name. I am just
What was the one
Yvette.
from the Bahari?
The Bahari was Shenzi Hu.
Shenzi Hu. Sorry. Okay, I have made notes.
All right.
Sorry, I should have been taking notes all along, but I wasn't.
I have them.
Apparently, I was drawing eyes during this.
I was
like looking
doing
at my
this.
notes.
So,
Oh, I see.
So, what dost thou want to do?
Yeah, what's our to-do list?
well,
You
I
want-
We make a
assume
plan to scope out the paddle and patty.
we probably should do that, yes.
Okay, then Rave's gonna go get her backpack out of
Good
her room
plan.
and change her clothes, possibly,
All right.
and then hurry back.
So Paddle and Patty is the destination.
Mhm.
Yep.
Excellent.
Diane's gonna at least change her clothes before she heads out for the next night.
Yeah, you
Sounds like a good idea.
have put that outfit through hell.
Smell
So.
smoke.
Did you?
Through heaven, too.
Mhm.
All right, so I'm guessing Kasara is the chariot of
Vehicle
choice.
Mhm.
Let's see. Elizabeth is there. She's willing to go if you want her.
Mhm. Well, I don't want anyone, but yes.
If you want her to come along.
Mhm.
Any humans?
Cricket.
Well, let's see. Jeremy is on rest.
Mm-hmm.
Amanda's on Jeremy.
I knew that was coming.
Dawn should probably stay and play dorm mother to the hackers because otherwise Brooke will probably
Get back to
Try and-
work and
try and go back to work or play World of Warcraft or
something.
something.
Oh yeah, and Pana's there too.
Pan, do you want to come along? Or do you want to
I-
stay and play Mario Kart?
Or frisbee with Patrick.
He's like, I'm feeling a little lazy today.
So Mario Kart it is.
I mean, I'll go if you want me to, but meh.
That's okay. So
Well, he is 11.
he is
Yep.
11. Are we going to assume that Echo is staying and also playing Mario Kart?
Yeah, Echo will also stay behind.
Okay. So it's the
She
three
can
of us.
also den mother.
Yes.
3 of you
So-
plus Elizabeth.
3 of us plus Elizabeth.
All right. Because Elizabeth, with her iPad, is really handy on these car trips.
She is.
Yes, she is. Before we depart, though, I want to make sure that she is not wigging out anymore.
She is agitated, but with it.
She has her wits about her.
Yes.
Do we need to do anything or worry about anything before we head out?
Are you asking
regard-
her?
I'm
or-
asking her.
No, I'll be fine. I'll be fine.
Is your delivery scheduled?
Yes. Should be a few days, unfortunately, but
Are you going to be okay for a few days?
I hope so.
Oh boy. That is not
That
an
does
answer
not
that I
fill.
like.
That does not
No.
fill us with confidence.
No. Okay, but you'll be okay for tonight.
Yes.
Okay.
Hope so for
So-
your sake.
You're with us tonight. After tonight, you are on house arrest until your delivery comes.
I can be okay with that.
Because we cannot have you wigging out on us mid-mission.
Makes sense. Shall we go?
Okay.
All right. And she deftly and expertly guides you with her iPad to the iPad and Patty. It's owned by Apple now.
Mm,
Groan.
groan.
That joke actually sent me to my final death.
Mm,
That was my death rattle.
When you get there, you can see that the gangplank has been pulled up, but it's still chained and anchored to the wharf. And there are some dim, like, emergency lights on just to deter, people coming in. But it looks like the police tape is gone, and it's just derelict right now. It is about 3 feet out from the wharf. Be a bit of a jump, but it's doable. It's, more for Rave than for anybody else, but
Is the board on the boat, or
yeah.
so should Rave go get the board?
That would be helpful.
Okay. Do I have to roll
Yeah.
for this?
Yeah, it'll be athletics and dexterity.
So that's 5, 8.
And your hunger is only at 1.
Is there any what's the difficulty?
The difficulty will only be 2.
5 successes.
Yeah, you stick the landing. Like, not only do you make the jump, but after you land, you put your hands up in the air.
Oh, you mean like this? Wow.
Yeah, and the gangplank is there, ready to be pushed out.
All right, I do the things so that they can.
Yeah. Okay, and the others have no problem getting onto the ship.
Just walk onto the ship.
And once Elizabeth gets across, she says, "Are we going to leave this out or
Hell no.
9.2?"
Yes. No, I'm just imagining Rave just decided to be a little shit and did like a flip while she did it.
With 5 successes, yes.
Rave will actually pull the thing in and put it back right where it was.
It makes sense.
We don't need people walking in. That would be unfortunate.
Also, if we haven't been seen yet, this way it does.
Make it less
Mhm.
likely that we will be spotted.
Right. As you're going along, you're finding that it really hasn't been locked up very tight.
Oh, good. I
Like,
was thinking like the doors would be locked and like all of that. But if the cops were around, they
the-
probably left things open.
yeah, it was left open, and the when you go in, you find that the vault for the casino is open and empty. The owners came through and
They cleared it.
they cleared it. They're like, if this is going to be sitting empty, we don't want our funds here.
Mm-hmm.
Which is fair.
Smart.
But it is, half lit, really quiet. It is, for a casino, it is like a ghost town, like that sort of feeling. And there are no one has come through to clean up, so there are still drinks and ashtrays and bowls of peanuts and chips and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
The tables still, the cafe tables still have food sitting on them that
That's
kind
not
of
bad.
ripe now.
Yeah. Blech.
You know, of all the things I have in this lovely backpack, I don't have a flashlight.
I take out my phone and put it on flashlight mode.
Like, I was just
And I
thinking
do the
about
same.
that. Like, of all the things that I have in this bag, not one of them is a flashlight, but I can start a fire. Chop down a
I
tree.
While I have my phone out, I send a text to Dawn saying, "Please arrange a flashlight for Rave."
Thumbs up at you.
Yeah, pretty much. Okay, so where do you want to look?
Should we check this floor? Stay together? Split up?
Oh my god, let's stay together.
Okay.
Yeah, splitting up is not a good thing.
Okay.
Let's stay.
That's a one-way ticket to Scooby-Dooville.
Let's stay together.
Should we check each of the rooms up here and then work our way?
Let's
Gotta
start
go
at the
up.
top. Let's start at the top and work our way down.
Yeah, that sounds good.
All right. At the very top is there are some outdoor seating and like an outdoor cafe, but there's not much sitting on the tables out there because
Birds.
the attack happened. Yeah, number one, birds, and number two, the attack happened at night, and they usually close that deck down at night.
Nah.
Chilly night air?
Yeah. It's set up that it can be open at night, but unless it is January.
I was about to say, isn't it winter?
Yeah.
I smell smoke. I will be right back.
Uh-oh.
Okay. Good luck.
But yeah, the cafe is towards the back, and towards the front is the steering place.
The helm.
Yes. the
Let's go
place
check
with
that.
the place with the words.
Right. Out of character, that's like my mom asking me for the book with the words in.
Yep.
The book with the words, the words that explain the other words.
Yes. We were playing Scrabble. She wanted the dictionary.
Ah, yes. All right. So what do they call that? I want to say cockpit, but that's not right.
The helm.
The helm.
It's the
Or
helm,
the
yeah.
bridge.
The bridge.
Yeah.
Yeah, you get in there and it doesn't look out of place. From what you know of the Hallowing, there's not much of a struggle before the people are taken.
Mm-hmm.
So nothing looks out of place. The door was unlocked. Did the smoke lead to anything?
My husband burnt out the motor in the blender.
Ah, okay.
Ah.
That does not surprise me. He grinds a lot of stuff in there.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Well, at least it's everything is cool.
Everything is cool. I have chips.
Yay, chips. Okay.
I am jealous.
Anything deeper than a perfunctory look in there?
Sorry, go ahead.
I was gonna say, would I be able to roll for awareness just to or would that?
You want to do a perception check?
Yeah.
What's an awareness? You do add the hunger to this one because this is a deliberate check.
Okay, so that's 5. What difficulty should I do this at?
3.
2 successes. So.
All right, so you don't see anything out of the ordinary. Yeah, so that is this floor. You did come up through 2 floors of pretty much 100% casino.
Mm-hmm. You know,
Right.
there is something that we have neglected so far.
Which is?
Nate has skill in investigation.
Okay.
Oh, so does Rave.
As does Allie / Diane.
Let me look at Elizabeth's sheet. Where did Elizabeth's sheet go?
Apparently, Rave has 2 in investigation.
I think I have a 5.
Damn.
Oh,
Yeah, I've
good.
got a 3 in investigation.
Elizabeth
no,
has,
I have a 3. I have a 3. Yeah.
Elizabeth also has 3 in investigation.
So we should actually be doing better at this whole investigating
Investigating
thing.
than we are.
All right, let us just do. Let's see. You're staying together, so you're not Scooby-Dooing it.
Right.
So I would say, pick one person's investigation plus intelligence, and add 1 for each other person.
Okay, well,
Total for
That's
that
a
is
7 for me.
Let's go with Diane's is the higher than mine.
that's an 8 for me total.
Then
It's 7 for Elizabeth also. So we go with Nate's.
8
So it's
plus
8 plus 3
is 11.
with 2 hunger because you have
2
not
hunger.
eaten. Oh yeah, and Sako, the way this particular dice roller works is you don't subtract. You put in the entire dice pool,
oh,
and you put in your hunger separately,
Yeah,
and
and
it does the
yeah,
conversion.
okay.
you can you also throw in your difficulty.
Difficulty?
We'll say it is a 3.
Okay. 5 successes.
Excellent. Okay, so the 4 of you put your heads together, and you realize that Edward is the electrician.
hmm
So the best places to look would be his
basement?
areas. Mm-hmm.
Well, that is. No.
The electrical
Areas.
mostly below decks.
Well, right.
So you head there, and you do
If
see.
that was our goal, sure.
Mm-hmm. You find a door with the lightning bolt symbol and the do not touch symbol,
Right, of course.
and it does say electrical supply.
My cat is begging for chips.
And the door is not locked again.
The door is not locked. Okay.
But unlike the other areas, the floors right outside this door are cleaner. Like it's like someone's been here more recently.
Mm.
So cautiously enter. Agreed.
Yep.
So what are we looking for? We're looking for occult symbols. We're looking for evidence that might not have been gotten by the cops. We're looking for...
You don't have to look hard once you go in.
Okay.
It's sitting right there. It is a sheet of plexiglass.
Mhm.
But it's clouded plexiglass, like almost opaque,
Sure.
with some holes drilled into it and a note taped to it.
Look at the note.
And well, it's an envelope, but
Look at the note.
Yep. Okay, so the note says, "I know who you are and why you're really here. It's about the Hollow Plague and me in particular. I'm willing to talk, but only if you can solve my puzzles."
Oh, come on.
This is Scooby-Doo.
"In 1 week, I'll have an envelope delivered to you with instructions. I'd suggest sticking around until then, just in case the natives get impatient.
Ugh.
As to the captive vamps, they're safe and will remain well taken care of, albeit possibly bored in their cages. Their location is in no way linked to me or my life. Signed, Edward Undergrove."
Yeah, figures. Yeah. Hmm.
P.S.
It was Old Man Rogers all along.
Hold on to that plexiglass board. It's the key to the main puzzle.
Oh, god damn it.
I'll pick it up.
How big is it?
It is about 2 feet vertical and 1 foot across.
Oh, okay. It's
That's
smaller than I thought.
Yeah, it's not huge.
Okay.
Alright. I've got the thingy. Oh wait, is my backpack big enough to put that in?
Yeah.
Oh, let's just put it in my bag.
Okay.
Sounds like a plan.
A little bit of rearranging here, a little bit of rearranging there. Shove. There's a lot in my bag, okay?
Why do I have a voice echoing in my ear saying, "Let's play a game"?
Elizabeth says, yeah, it's echoing in my ear too. So he set this whole thing up for us to find.
Yeah.
And probably to slow us down.
Yeah.
Well,
But
if
we also-
he carries a cell phone, Lester can track him down.
That is a mighty big if.
You think he might not?
I'm just saying, if I were upgraded, shall we say, the first thing I would do would be to ditch my tech.
Hmm.
back to the plane.
Back to the
plane.
All right. And let's see, there's the gangplank.
Oh yeah, I'll put that back. Oh wait, am I gonna have to put the thingy back
And jump
and
back.
jump back?
Mhm.
Luckily, it is the wharf is lower than the deck.
Okay, so it's a lot.
So
faster.
it was a difficulty. What was it, 2 or 3?
Yeah.
So it's lower by 1 die because it's much easier. It's actually a difficulty 1 to make this jump, to make the jump back.
And those wait, which one was it?
Dexterity and athletics.
Did
I can't watch the rolls. I don't. I keep going to that thinking I'm going to see the roll.
Yeah. No, you don't get to see the roll.
I got a success.
Yay!
Is it just me, or is Rave looking particularly put together tonight?
What do you mean?
It's a different avatar than usual.
Oh,
Oh, that's her.
that's her happy avatar.
Her hair down. Yeah.
She's currently not pissed off. Avatar.
That's what I'm getting at.
Yeah, you could say that.
Elizabeth says, "I don't know. I haven't moon looking," and she hops into the car.
Okay, let's get Miss Tetchy Pants back to the plane.
Hmm. Okay.
Right.
All right. So you guys get back to the plane without any difficulty.
Woohoo!
And she doesn't like rush off. She just walks up and heads to her and Pan's room.
Mm.
Poor kid. He's stuck with her.
Mhm.
So you guys have the note, you have the plexiglass, and you know that he's not going to give you anything more for a week.
Fun times.
Is there anything you want to do this particular night? Because I intend to actually fast forward a bit.
Is there more? What is there else about the plexiglass?
Oh, I can take it out of my bag. Stick it on the table. There we go.
Other than it's opaque and has holes in it.
There looks like some metal bits on the edge. I'd say it's about half an inch thick,
Hmm.
and there are like metal plates on the bottom.
Mm. Okay.
Not like all across the bottom, just like little tiny. They look like contact points.
Right. Okay. Well, that's frustrating. Then
Do we
And-
want to see if Lester can trace a cell phone to Mr. What's His Face Undergrove?
provided he has a phone, absolutely. The question becomes, can we
Does he
figure
have
out
one?
not just does he have one, but it would help if we had his phone number.
No, you do have the phone number,
Oh,
and you have not only his cell phone but his landline. That's what Lester found before.
okay.
So, are you
Well,
going
the cell phone is more urgent.
Mm-hmm.
So hey Lester, honey, sweetie, darling, I need to ask a favor.
Oh, it's never a favor when it's for you.
Oh, that's sweet.
Ooh.
So we need to track Edward, and I figure we can do so through his cell phone.
All right, and he pulls up the number and the grid,
Mhm.
and looks at where the phone was last active, and he says, "Okay, he hasn't used this phone in several days."
Well, as long as the GPS is on, like if he's got data on, then we can find him.
He checks and says, "Yeah, there's been nothing for several days. Last ping was at his house. Don't think he's either not been using it and he types something else in, and you hear this horrible feedback."
Yeah.
A jammer, huh?
And Lester says, "Oh, this phone hasn't been jammed. This thing's been fried.
Hmm.
The hell did he do to his phone?"
I wonder if his powers are connected to, I don't know, electricity?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Lester says, "Well, if he has electrical powers, then he probably shorted that fucker out.
Yeah, probably.
I have a feeling," and he dials the home number with the computer,
Mhm.
and it is similar.
Yeah.
Not as bad, but similar.
Right. Okay.
So that's 2 orders of fried phone and a side of confusion.
Then
Can you make that an extra large, please?
our next step would be to check out his home.
All right. Are you going to go there tonight?
I don't know, are we? Looking at Nate and Rave.
I have no objections.
Sure.
Okay.
All right. You have the address. You do not have Elizabeth. She has gone full moody.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
But I'm guessing, does Kasara have a GPS?
Well, she does.
Okay. So you can just program that into her.
Mm-hmm.
So you get to the house and the lights are off. There's no car there. Garage door is open, and no cars in the garage either.
Is the garage, is the door leading to the house in the garage open? Unlocked?
It is both locked and closed. All the doors are locked, and when you're messing with them, the security lights pop on.
Mm.
Fun.
And you hear a voice. This is the St. Louis Police Department. Please leave the premises. It's one of those security systems that phones the police.
Well,
That activated real fast.
He is an electrical genius.
well, I have no particular desire to deal with human police officers.
Yeah, me either.
Yeah.
So let us go
But
somewhere else.
You do notice as you're leaving that none of the house lights went on.
Right.
Interesting.
Just the security lights.
Just the security lights, which means the only thing... You would assume that the only thing there is automation at this point.
Right.
Is was it Lester?
Mhm.
Who we talked to? Okay. Is Lester able to check like the power to the house? Is that a thing you can check? I don't know.
Well, see, if he is the power source, then we're not going to trace the power to the power company. We're going to trace the power to him, right?
Well, what I mean is like,
If he's used any power,
Yeah,
any
at
of the
the
house's
house.
power.
and how long ago that could have been, and also if sometimes electrical spikes that are designated starting in the house can also be traced back through the power company, right?
Right.
I mean, you got a phone and Lester's still at his station.
I text Lester.
He, after a few minutes, he gets back and says, no power usage at that address for a couple of days. But there was a huge spike at that point.
Okay. So the hollow event happened at the boat, at the
Yes.
riverboat.
He went home.
He went home, and then he went to a third location where he is holding the prisoners.
But has no connection to him, right?
He just wants control over the churches.
Question mark?
Or they're just a means to an end.
That is a
To get it-
terrifying thought. Like, what do you
It's
mean
the-
by that?
That
It
he's
was-
wasting our time so that Rudy can do what Rudy does.
Ah,
But also we need to get an agreement with the churches to get some of the ingredients that we need.
right, of course.
Do you want to get in contact with the churches and let them know what's going on?
No.
Yeah. Yeah, we do. We want.
We do.
to-
We need to let
want
them know that we can't get the people now,
That we have a-
so that they don't
We
go
are-
to war with each other.
exactly.
We have a lead.
That is outside of the churches.
Hmm.
Right. But
We want
if we're going
they-
to inform the churches that we can't do our job, we might as well tell them, no, the job is in process.
We're not saying that we can't do the job. We're saying we cannot resolve it right now.
We are following a lead.
Our official line is, we have a lead. It is external to all the sects and cults. And we are handling it.
That works.
All right. Well, the Church of Set, which has been your ally so far, is pretty okay with whatever you have to say.
Mm-hmm.
They're just like, okay, we trust you.
Sure.
The Bahari, she says, Estelle says, let me hear Rave say it. If it comes out of Rave's mouth, I will trust it.
Okay.
We're following a lead that is outside of the sects and the sections, right?
Mm-hmm.
And guys, my brain just blanked on the rest of what we said. Rave states the things.
Yeah. She just says, all right, I will trust you on this because I trust you. Bring our person home safely.
No.
The Church of Cain kind of growls.
Sorry.
Rave resists the urge to growl back.
Yeah, he is less than pleased. And he's like,
Hey, I get it, man, but we want everyone to come out of this safely. It doesn't help we go in all guns blazing when we don't have guns.
he's like, I still think it's the Bahari.
It's not.
I swear on my favorite human, it is not the Bahari.
I will. This is trying my patience.
Believe me, it's trying mine too.
All right, we will not take any actions. And how long do we have to wait for this?
I am not happy about this. Our current timeline is a week.
A week?
A week. We are doing everything we can to speed that process along while keeping everyone safe.
We will be in training.
Okay, I appreciate that. Our end goal is to get everyone out alive and unharmed. I would rather that it takes a week and we get everyone out than that we do it overnight and people get hurt.
He's like, fine. And he hangs up. The Cult of Mithras, almost a carbon copy, but replace Bahari with Church of Set.
Mm-hmm. I swear on my touchstone, it's not the Church of Set.
And then there's the Nephilim.
And the Nephilim are like,
Okay.
what the fuck ever.
Hi, Spence.
Hi, Spence.
Hello, Spence.
Hello, Spence.
Yeah, the Nephilim are just oblivious.
Steve balls.
Yeah.
I need to take a shower after dealing with that dude.
Pretty much everybody does. Yeah, just a recap of what happened with the Nephilim Church. The leader who was like an Arabian prince off the cover of a romance novel. hit on every single person that was in the group and didn't
Mhm.
really care that his member was missing.
Mm.
Phrasing.
Hmm?
Member.
Carrying on.
Carry on.
Someone's been reading a lot of fic.
Hey, I'm not even the one who made it.
No, but that's how you perceived it.
Hey, we're all in the gutter, baby.
All right. So, fast forwarding to the next night. Elizabeth does not come out of her room.
Do we roll hunger again?
I'm going to say that the Church of Set is kind of helping provide for you. So they are.
So we assume we get hungrier, but we feed anyway.
Yes.
We feed anyway.
Yeah. And Pan comes out of the room and is like, she is not doing well. And he goes back in.
What do I need to do? Bring it to a hospital?
Okay, so I can do the mirror spell thing, yes?
Yes.
So purr.
That is mega purr.
My goodness.
He
Sako,
just
did you get really happy?
So I'm feeding this cat less, and in an attempt to get me to feed him more, he is purring up a storm and like marking all the things and snuggling me and like yeah, so sorry about that.
That's okay.
Little purring ASMR.
Ow.
Sorry.
It's okay. Should I be checking in with Philippe, seeing as Elizabeth is his agent?
Do you want to check in before checking on her?
Well, I'm wondering if there's anything that I should know before I check on her.
Well, that is not something that I could tell you.
Yeah, we actually have to.
Okay, well then I'm just gonna go and check on her.
All right. Do you have any points in medical?
Let me check. I do not.
Would you like Rave to follow? With
I
her 2
would.
points in medicine.
Yes.
So medicine plus intelligence check. And difficulty 2.
Okay, hold on. Medicine. Plus intelligence?
Yes.
So that's 5. And then difficulty 2?
Mm-hmm.
4 successes.
All right. It's not something you recognize from your regular life, but you do recognize it from your training. These are withdrawals.
Mm-hmm.
She is sweating. She is shaking.
What's she withdrawing from?
Blood, of course.
So her Capri bloods are spiked.
Mm-hmm. Probably.
Interesting.
And it's a couple days before her next supply gets here.
That is problematic.
What are you detoxing from?
That's nothing.
That's bullshit.
Mm-hmm.
What are you detoxing from?
It's my business.
Well, your
Okay.
business is impacting our business, and we will send you the fuck home if you don't start working with us.
I have been working with you.
What I'm saying...
We can't help you if we don't know how to help you.
Yeah, and the circles under her eyes are super dark. And they're looking hollow and sunken in. Yeah, she is... It doesn't look like she's thinking all that clearly at the moment.
And she can only have bagged blood, right?
Baggers have iron gullet. She can drink anything.
But
So, like the blood that the Church of Set has been sending you guys?
is regular blood going to do anything for her? That's the question.
Might speed up the process of getting it out of her system, maybe.
What you do know from your medical check is that even though the blood that the Church of Set sent isn't going to take care of the detoxing, it will keep her alive. Well, ish.
Well, undead.
Undead.
But she needs to feed, so
Yeah, it will sustain her. It just won't help with the detox.
she has to go through the detox no matter what, and this will at least keep her undead.
Okay, so we hand her a bag of the Church of Set blood.
And she sips it and just sets it down. She doesn't throw it across the room. She just sets it down and just lies back.
I'm going to sit here and watch you until you finish that.
And she just glares.
Sweet.
You can glare all you like, sweetheart. I've got all night.
She just...
I could just pour it down your throat
She
for
does
you.
the and chugs it down.
Thank you. Now, are you going to tell us what's going on, or do I have to get Philippe involved?
No.
Fine. Where do I have that? Come on. Separate. Pages. Separate.
I'm going to feed this cat because he is being
There it is.
insistent.
Okay, go feed the cat.
She's like, fine. It is... It's called Clear Sight.
Mm-hmm.
It's something that they make in Montreal.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like giving a human who doesn't have ADD Ritalin. It's just
Okay.
super brain power and
Sweet.
alertness, basically. It just lets me do more.
Okay. Look, I'm not your dad. Or your daddy.
Or your sire.
Or your sire. If you want to do this stuff, I'm not going to stop you. But this is the last time you jeopardize my mission.
And she just She glares again. She says, "How have I jeopardized anything? We're stuck here for a week. I haven't screwed anything up."
Yeah, but you didn't know that we were going to be stuck here for a week, did you?
I didn't know that the last 3 bags in the cooler were going to be broken.
Yeah, so you should have the foresight to arrange your deliveries appropriately. It's basic stock management.
Yeah.
You never wait until the last bag.
She turns over.
Okay.
Can any of the things that you can do for a human to help with the withdrawals help a little bit with a vampire, or no?
Like what?
No, my brain.
You know what? Frankly, I don't give a fuck. I say we move Pan out. He can stay with me, or he can stay upstairs with the production crew.
Mhm.
And we are locking this door. We'll throw in a blood bag for you every now and then.
And Pan says, "Please don't." And he puts his hand on her. He sits next to her and puts his hand on her forehead and says, "I'll stay with her."
Okay. Well, then you're both getting locked in.
Are you sure, Pan?
I don't want to leave her like this.
Okay.
She's like a sister to me.
All right. See you on the other side, man.
All right. And you lock the door?
Yeah.
And
Oh,
I'm going to
yeah.
give the key to Dawn.
She's like, "What the hell? They prisoners?
Yeah, basically.
What they do?"
They got grounded.
Yeah. Elizabeth is a junkie.
One got grounded, the other one's just...
She is detoxing. It's not pleasant. She's being kind of a major bitch. And frankly, I no longer trust her. So it was just going to be her, but it's Pan as well because he didn't want to leave her. So just like toss in a couple of blood bags every now and then so that they don't starve to death or undeath or final death or whatever.
Oh, so the kid didn't do anything. He just wanted to take care of her?
Apparently.
Yeah.
It's kind of sweet.
Yeah.
I wouldn't want to be locked in a room with a detoxing junkie, but
Yeah.
that's just me.
You know what?
It's also
They
his
are-
bedroom, so...
They are both grown-ass adults for a given value of adult. They can...
Pan is not, but okay.
Well, he's physically a child. He's a vampire. He's a grown-ass adult.
All right.
Been around long enough to make his own damn decisions.
All right. So we're going to skip to some pertinent events during the week.
Okay.
Are they such things?
Yes. One of them is Jeremy moves from a wheelchair to crutches.
Yay!
Hallelujah!
Can we have a little party for him?
And he and Dawn switch rooms, so he is now bunking with Amanda, and Dawn has the room to herself.
Yay!
Or that coming? Grumble,
Good for
grumble.
Yeah, if you want to have a little party for him.
Woohoo!
You also get news from I've forgotten her name. Crazy one who won't sleep.
Brooke.
Brooke, yes. Yeah, it's a couple days later. And she says that she has gotten word from Venus,
Oh,
and she has filled Arun in completely on like the feeding schedule and the metamorphosis, and why it's really important to only feed on the 10th day and to hold it off as much as possible.
Right.
And she also says that Arun has agreed to let the Altoona 7 provide people who won't be missed, as just putting them with him on the 10th day.
Right.
So he's got someone who, when the automatic feeding kicks in, he's got somebody.
Right.
Good to know.
But he, aside from that, he will not hang out with them at all. But she says Arun knows about the slow metamorphosis, but does not yet know that there is no cure, because she thinks that will send him over the edge.
Yeah.
That
He's
is a
teenage
fair
boy.
assumption.
But for right now, he seems to be under control-ish.
Okay.
Has Rave been spending more time with the Bahari
Sure.
during the week?
Also, the plants, guys. The plants.
Has she actually been sleeping there?
Actually, yeah, because it's like where she hasn't been having the nightmare. She's doing whatever she can to not have nightmares. She's also considering putting plants in her room, turning it into a weird inside garden.
Yeah, Rave, you're getting surprisingly comfortable over at the Bahari Gardens.
I mean, we're stuck here. You may as well make yourself at home.
You also get a call from Aisha.
Oh,
How is she? Did she figure some things out?
who is Aisha calling?
She is calling the group.
Okay.
She's got news on the bodies.
Oh.
We are all ears.
She's been doing some research on the hollowed humans that you sent to her, and the humans cannot be revived.
Mhm.
Like, there is nothing to bring them back, but they can be maintained in a vegetative state indefinitely.
Oh, and then we have a Terry Chavo like situation all over again.
They can also be embraced.
Oh.
She had Raven embrace one, and once it was embraced, it became kindred and was able to recover.
Oh,
Now that's news.
That's very interesting.
that is fascinating.
But in order to do that, you would need permission of, whoever's in charge of the area.
Right.
Because
Well, it's not like we don't know a couple of princes and barons and stuff like that could totally make use of this information.
Yes.
Mhm.
And she said, I also did one other test that, while not completely ethical for humans, is kind of par for the course for kindred. I drained one.
And
it completely satisfies the hunger. It quells the beast as if you have freshly killed somebody.
oh.
Oh. Well. Oh. That is information that we don't want getting out.
Yeah, if anyone has sampled one of them, they would most likely
Keep
have,
them on tap, right?
yeah, keep, especially if they have one of these, people that have been turned by Rudy,
Hmm.
if they've got one of them on the staff, then yeah, that would be a constant source of sustenance.
Fucking
Mm.
Becky.
And damn right they would want to keep that under wraps.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna start calling her Sketchy Becky.
Sketchy Becky.
Sketchy Becky. She is sketchy as fuck. Oh man. Okay. Thank you for sharing that with us. We don't have anything new pertaining to the plague at this point,
Other than that,
other than what you have literally just shared with us. Question unrelated, one kindred to another.
All right.
What do you know about clear sight?
Clear sight.
Mm-hmm.
Is that a
If
power?
anything. No. It is apparently a kindred drug.
Oh, I've not heard of that one.
we need to talk to the Church of Set.
And we're going to
They
have to
would
talk to them here.
probably know.
Aisha, please, if you hear anything to do with clear sight, let me know.
Oh, what's going on?
Well,
One-
if higher ups are being treated with this drug, it
Mhm.
could mean the fall of society as we know it.
One of my team is apparently addicted to the stuff, and she's detoxing pretty hard right now, and it's not pretty.
Shit.
I don't know how far spread it is. All I know is it comes out of Montreal, but that's literally all the info I have. But just, seeing as you move in the circles that you move in, I thought it pertinent to speak to you about it.
Yeah, it's good to know that exists. It's on my radar now.
It's basically it's kindred speed.
Nice. Okay. I will keep that in mind.
Cool.
Uh,
Thanks
glad we could connect.
for the info, and I will let you know if we have anything else. But yeah, thanks.
Thank you. That is the end of that.
Diane is going to call the Baron
Okay.
and alert them that, hey, so if we sire the comatose victims, they recover.
But then we have more kindred on our hands.
That is absolutely true. So I think it is a really easy way to build an army.
Mm-hmm.
Especially if we want to take over Johannesburg, like that, I think that would be really, really keen.
Well, if that's the case, we need to get some of them here. Because we have to decide who the sires will be.
Consider this my application for siredom.
Do you want your particular traits passed on?
I don't see why not.
One. We will see how you do with a child of your own.
Okay.
And that will be the trial to see if you can have more.
Understood. Thank you, sir.
It was a pleasure. You also get a call from Philippe.
Philippe,
A mirror call.
I was just about to call you.
Oh, what news do you have?
A lot. But perhaps I should hear what you have to say first.
I was just going to say that I found a C.A.C, who is more than happy to fleshcraft the bones, since it's in their power set. Not difficult for them at all, so it's a pretty cheap price for that. Not as much luck on finding a soul stone. The mages are just not biting.
That's fair, honestly. That's what we expected. Do I want to know what the price is on the Tamichi?
It's just basic stuff.
Okay. Least said, soonest mended kind of situation.
Just freedom to move around Montreal without, Camarilla interference.
Okay, so there are. I would. That's worrisome to me. She says to Nate.
Are you in my room with me?
Oh, am I not in the room?
I don't know, because I'm in my room talking to Philippe, I assume, because that's where my mirror is.
Oh, I thought this was a phone call.
No, it's a mirror call.
It's a mirror call. There's so many mirrors in this damn place.
Miracle!
Hallelujah, it's a miracle.
Cackle, cackle. I mean, you're absolutely welcome to be in my room with me.
I will be hanging out in Nate's room and
rock on. But maybe don't talk while I'm talking to him.
Definitely not. Definitely not. Keeping my mouth shut. Yeah, definitely doing that.
Awesome.
Holds up paper from behind mirror with note.
Just standing behind the mirror, making really weird faces, like, ooh.
Okay, well,
okay, so freedom of movement for the Tamichi singular?
Yes.
Okay.
Singular for now.
Yeah. So first off, what do you know about clear sight?
I've heard it come up, but I don't know what it is. The name sounds familiar.
It is basically the kindred version of speed.
Okay. And so is that something that's going around where you are?
Not where we are. That's kind of the problem. It's coming out of Montreal.
Really?
Yeah.
And how do we know this?
That's the info that I've been given. And you know what? Fuck it. I don't trust her anymore. Elizabeth's an addict.
Fuck.
And she is currently under lock and key in Pan's room, detoxing from the shit.
Monitor her, please.
Doing so.
If it's possible for her to come down and live without having more, I really don't want her on it.
Okay. Is that a direct order from the prince?
It's a direct order from her sire.
Then that's what we're doing. We will cut off her supply.
Her package hasn't arrived, right?
Her package has not arrived. When it does, we will reroute it to you.
Keep it on hand just in
Okay.
case she needs it to survive.
Okay.
But if she doesn't, then no more.
Okay. I will make sure that it is kept safe and administered only as a last resort.
I appreciate that.
Okay. And then I will pass on the information from Aisha regarding the siring of the
Corpses.
them things.
I mean, they're basically corpses.
Comatose. Well, they're comatose.
The husks.
The husks.
Mm-hmm.
There is more information. I mean no disrespect by this, but until I know the ramifications of the information, I don't feel comfortable sharing it. I hope that you trust me as your agent to share the information as appropriate when the time is right.
Interesting. I will trust you for now.
I appreciate that. However, the reason that I'm bringing it up is I suspect that Shady Becky or Sketchy Becky or whatever we're calling her,
Sketchy Becky.
I suspect
Prince
that she
Morgan?
is. I assume so.
Of Minneapolis, Twin Cities.
That's the one. I suspect that she is privy to this information, and it makes her dangerous.
Good to know.
So, if you
I
have,
will consider what to do with this information. I have to ruminate on that for a while.
I appreciate that. If you have any way of monitoring her covertly,
We've got a couple chems in the city that report directly to the councils.
okay. Yes, just be aware that there is shady dealings happening in Minneapolis, and
There are shady dealings happening everywhere.
particularly shady. Abnormally shady.
Abnormally shady. Yeah.
Even for vamps. I mean, kindred.
Yeah, even for kindred. And as much as any kindred is not to be trusted, Sketchy Becky even less so.
All right, I will. Oops. I can't write and talk at the same time.
Apparently.
I couldn't. The letters weren't coming out of my hand, and the words weren't coming out of my mouth. I have to do one at a time.
That makes sense because it's pulling on the same part of the brain.
Mm-hmm. All right, that is something that I will make sure to bring to the council's attention.
I appreciate that. Is there anything else that I need to be aware of, or that you need to be aware of?
I think that is it for now. I'm just, as a GM, I'm assuming that you've discussed that, you're in a holding pattern, trying to keep the religious sects of St. Louis.
Oh, yes.
I'm just assuming that's
that
already.
as well. Yes. That has also been discussed.
Just just keep on with what you're doing. You're doing a good job.
I appreciate that, and thank you for trusting me.
Absolutely. Talk to you later.
Okay, bye.
Should I do the mirror effects?
Did Diane have something she wanted to say to the class? Now that the mirror is over?
So Nate,
Zamichi is sketch as fuck.
yeah,
Mm-hmm.
I've heard of Sneezy popping over with Path of Metamorphosis and like becoming Camarilla, but this are you guys gonna try and convert him or something?
I don't know. That is something that I will bring up with the prince next time I speak to him.
I am curious
However-
to who I'm curious as to who that guy is. I just don't want to see your home being obliterated by Sabat.
Yeah, look, that is my concern as well. However, I do trust Philippe, and
Okay.
if he says that he's got it under control and it is only the one, then I mean, look, we need a Zamichi to do this ritual.
We do, absolutely.
We can't do it without them.
Mm-hmm.
I would rather deal with a Zamichi who has a deal with my prince than have to try and scavenge one for ourselves.
Here.
And Montreal has dealt with the Sabat before. We have defenses in place.
Okay.
There is a knock on the door.
Looks at the door.
Yes.
Diane, Nate, it's Lester. There's a news report coming on I think you want to see.
And we will dash out to the lounge and go and watch the news.
Was Rave in there too?
I don't know. Was Rave in there?
I was commenting, that's for sure. No, Rave is just like sitting on the floor somewhere in the area. Who knows?
Okay.
Probably already in the lounge.
Probably sitting on the floor.
I'm just
Or on the
asking because
table.
my room is not that
On the
big.
table. On the table.
All right. You get in there and he pulls up a news report that is live, and it's got the New Orleans or Nolans if you're a local across the top, and it is breaking news that they have found another explosion of the Hollow Plague.
Mm.
Saw that coming.
Yeah. And they have footage of a very pretty blonde woman that is scantily clad.
I'm gonna guess that's our dancer.
Yeah, she's got a robe wrapped around her, but you see that there's probably not anything under it.
Mm-hmm.
And just without hearing the announcer, you can just see the ticker underneath say exotic dancer Serena Laveau, the only survivor of a Hollow Plague outbreak.
So
And
what
we're
hap-
stuck here.
Yeah. So what happens when Rudy gets what he wants?
Don't know.
Well, you know from the first 3 sections of what actually happen. Of the first 3 sections of the journal tell you what happens.
Mhm.
Mm-hmm.
It is the 8 of them, well, 9 of them, including Rudy, feed until they metamorphosize into kaiju and destroy what they can destroy.
Mm-hmm.
And they then, each one of them lays 9 more eggs. All in the name of Illumina.
So, Godzilla and Mothra,
Unfortunate.
or probably more likely to be Mothra. Okay, well, look. We're stuck here.
He nods and he says, "Yeah, but at least we know who the dancer is now,
Yeah.
so we can focus on the other 2."
And then you can also, in the background, keep tabs on her.
Mm-hmm.
Question mark?
Yeah. Look, even if we weren't stuck here, I don't think it profits us in any way to run off to New Orleans. Because whatever's happened has already happened.
Mm-hmm.
By the
And there's
time
no
we
way
get
to
down
get there
there,
before Rudy leaves.
exactly. By the time we get down there, his trail is cold. The feds will have cleaned the place out. It would be a wasted trip anyway.
Percy pipes up.
Hi, Percy.
He says, "As soon as I saw that, I started running searches on this woman.
Mm-hmm.
She's got her own. She does safe for work exotic dancing on YouTube,
Oh,
Mm-hmm.
Oh, good for her.
like pole dancing and stuff. From what I've seen, she's actually quite talented. But she gets a lot of negative reviews, and I've been checking in these comments, and it's not really about the dancing. They're apparently referring to other stuff she's doing.
other stuff.
And he pulls up all these comments in the comment sections, and they're calling her the appropriation princess.
Yeah.
Oh.
And a lot of people saying, "Stay in your lane. You don't know what you're talking about," and other things.
Right.
And you do see one of the comments is by someone named Queen Arvel Dupree.
Mm.
Interesting.
And it says, "Stay out of the voodoo territory. You don't know what you're talking about."
Now, I realize that Dupree is not exactly an uncommon surname.
Correct.
However,
The fact that the storyteller is saying it specifically.
Yes.
Sorry.
I'm trying to be genre savvy here.
No, she has her own channel.
Mm.
But
Grown.
I'll
However,
also
we
note-
know 2 other Duprees.
mm-hmm.
we do.
So, might it be worth finding out if there is a connection there?
Do you want to call?
I think we should, and then we should probably wrap up because we've been going for more than 2 hours.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, call first or wrap up?
Call first because otherwise I'm going to forget.
Okay. Venus or Aisha?
I am actually going to say Aisha because I feel like I have more rapport with Aisha.
Okay.
Venus and I didn't exactly get along.
Venus got along a lot better with Echo.
Yes, she did. and Echo is unfortunately
Mm-hmm.
down for the count.
Right. All right. So Aisha picks up. She's like, "Oh, Nate, what's up?"
So I'm sorry to bother you again so soon after our last call. Um, do you happen to know? I realize this is probably going to sound offensive. I am aware that your surname is not exactly uncommon. However, we have a lead in our investigation, and I need to know if you know this person. Name, because I cannot remember it. Somebody Dupree.
Queen Arvel Dupree.
That one.
She's like, "Oh, what does Auntie Arvel have to do with this?"
Okay. So, insert awkward explanation here. Because I'm trying to get through this as quickly as possible.
So, okay, so they're not actually she's not actually involved, but she knows of this person.
Yes, and I'm wondering what the controversy is that your auntie is commenting on, because if that is a thing, maybe we need to be following it up.
She's like, "I can't really speak to that. We have Mom went Baptist,
Mm-hmm.
but our family is from Haiti.
Mm-hmm.
So Mom broke away from the family traditions.
I understand.
So I don't know what's going on with them. But yeah, Auntie Arvel is actually like a priestess.
Oh,
Okay.
well then,
A
white
priestess
girl.
located where?
Wait, what? I heard two things. I wasn't able to separate them.
I asked, located where?
New Orleans.
Okay.
And what were you saying, Sako? Diane?
I don't remember.
White girl.
Something about white girls.
Oh yeah, white girl appropriation.
Uh-huh. So
Which means she's public about it.
Yeah. And Percy is actually pulling up more videos or her video page, and there are a lot of things talking about a lot of things that are mystical.
was she one of the grave dirt witches?
Huh? I don't know what this means.
There was, there probably still is, a spate of not particularly intelligent white girls stealing dirt from graves to perform hexes, which is hugely inappropriate and disrespectful and just all around not good, and would probably upset people like, I don't know, voodoo priestesses.
You mention it, and Percy looks and pulls up a video, and she actually does it on video.
Oh, this dumb bitch.
Oh,
Well then,
okay. So, stupid is as stupid does. At least now we know what we're dealing with.
Yep. She is not the best person. But Aisha does say, I'll tell you what, I'll give you Auntie Arvel's number. And I have a feeling she can probably keep tabs.
I really appreciate that. You have been super helpful.
Oh, yeah, thank you. Just need to get all this under control. This is all going so quickly.
Yeah, it is spiraling in a horrific and terrifying fashion.
Agreed. Yeah. I will send Auntie Arvel a message that friends of mine are going to call her for some help.
I really appreciate that. Let us know if there is anything that we can do for you.
I will. And with that, we will end today's game.
Dun, dun, dun.
Dun dun dun.
Oh god, we went through like a week's worth of things.
I feel like there should be like a Law and Order dun dun.
Dun, dun.
Okay, for episode, let me spell it right. 19. Okay, so who gets the experience? Things that you liked, things you enjoyed, if you didn't like anything, and what your character's goal for the next session will be. Start with Diane.
Okay, things I liked about the game. Yay for progress in the in the regarding the comatose people and the vampire things. Yay for that. We had some really great character interaction today.
Mm-hmm.
Downside is we have we're being the characters are being dicked around, which as a player is annoying, but as a GM is
Super fun.
It can be fun. I would say my experience goes to Nate for the way he handled Elizabeth. And my goal would be questionable.
Let's see, we've got an order of blood coming in, being shipped in, and the news, or incoming news from Edward about the next step, and also apparently a call to Miss Dupree.
She will want to talk to the Church of Set about the clear water.
Clear sight?
Clear sight.
To Church of Set about clear sight. Yeah, it's been a while. I was wondering when I would have a chance to bring in this thing, because when I made Elizabeth's character sheet, that was part of it.
Yeah, I got you.
So she's been addicted from the start.
Mm-hmm.
Right on.
All right, Rave.
I'm going to give the experience to Nate for the Invisibeth and also for remembering that we all should be using investigation.
True.
Yeah.
And we were not. Goods. But this one's like a good and a bad. It's like we covered a week. Essentially, so the time skip, yes, but then also.
It's gonna suck for Echo, who is
Yeah.
gonna come in and be like, "What'd I miss?"
A week.
Fucking everything.
And then I liked that Rave was not having nightmares for a little bit. I was serious. Rave might be turning her room into like a weird garden. It might become a thing.
Are we playing it so that UV light doesn't hurt vampires?
Yes.
Okay.
And want for next game to deal with stupid Edward. Or start dealing with stupid Edward and his stupid puzzle.
Stupid puzzles.
This is not Scooby-Doo. We specifically did not split up for that reason.
Yeah, I wanted to end it at a different place because I have something queued up that's really fun, but
Yeah.
Sorry.
it's all right. We got the role playing takes precedence.
Mhm.
We can start.
And I just went into full-on drawfee mode.
All right, and what about Nate for the episode and stuff?
So I'm going to give... Oh, man. I'm going to give the experience to Rave for getting us onto and off of the boat,
Indeed.
and also for the medical skills that illuminated the Invisibeth situation,
Mm-hmm.
which is suspected, but I didn't have the skills to actually whatchamahoos at it.
Mhm.
I really enjoyed getting to play Nate as I envisioned him
Right on.
being kind of a douche. So that was fun. And what did I not like? I didn't like that Echo wasn't here.
Yeah.
True.
Catching her up, it's going to be easier just to send the link to the replay
Yeah,
than
like-
trying to explain everything.
watch this because you missed an entire week.
Yeah.
In one day?
Yep.
Well, technically, it's only been about 4 days because the shipment the blood shipment hasn't gotten there yet.
Yeah.
True. And then for next game, Nate wants to make sure that there is a secure vault, preferably in his room, in which to store the spiked blood.
So a refrigerated
Refrigerated
vault.
secure vault. And also deal with Miss Dupree and Grave Dirt Girl.
All right. I have written those down. Okay. So we will do one experience for everyone for the game session,
Mhm.
one experience for uncovering and dealing with Elizabeth's issue.
Mhm.
Actually, let me look at... Let's see, that was taken care of, that was taken care of. Yeah, and we'll do a third one just because of the amount of stuff you guys cleared.
Cool.
Because that was a very productive episode. You guys did a lot.
Mhm.
So that is awesome. All right. How are people for next Thursday?
Should be there.
Should be good.
Let me double check what next week is. July.
8th.
I don't know when I am. Well, July 7th is a Thursday.
Today is the 1st.
July 8th is a Thursday.
I'm looking at the wrong year. Sorry.
It happens.
I am leaving to go on a trip, but I don't know when we're leaving. I think we leave at 2. So if that is the case, then I will be ready before we game. I will game, and then I will hop in a car.
Okay.
That I should be able to make it.
The way I have the next game planned, I can work around you leaving early if need to be.
Okay.
All right, and with that, we will end.